Climate in 2 minutes. In the previous episode, we have discussed about one of the strategic direction of the country, particularly on food security as a response to the current climate situation and projected impact. This episode will tackle and stride on the ripple of water sufficiency, or the state at which existing water conditions and demand are consistent with communities' needs, values, and resilience, including protection of water resources, infrastructures, and ecosystems. The Philippines' geographic location situates the country to be water-rich, as its location in the tropics make it possible to enjoy a relatively high rainfall rate, which translates to a decent groundwater potential. Its elevated terrains and geography has also contributed to the formation and presence of several surface water sources throughout the country, yet as water availability is affected by seasonality and geographic locations, with some parts of the country far from water sources. This is further aggravated by the worsening water quality because of pollution from untreated domestic sewage, industrial wastewater, agricultural runoffs, and urban runoffs. More so, climate change has exacerbated these water problems, which impact stream flow, dam operations and water allocation, domestic water supply, irrigation, hydropower generation, depth and recharge of aquifers, water quality, watersheds, and even fisheries. The changes are expected to affect food and human security and the economy, especially with a weak institutional and water governance environment that is unprepared to adapt and mitigate its impacts. Thus, the objective of the national strategic priority on water sufficiency is to forward sustainable management of water resources and ensure equitable access to it. The strategy will focus on three outcomes: water governance restructured towards a climate and gender-responsive water sector, sustainability of water supply and access to safe and affordable water ensured, knowledge and capacity of the water sector to adapt to climate change enhanced. These can be achieved by creating policies that underscores integrated water resource management and climate change adaptation, which should also mean restructuring water governance to better respond to climate change and co-facilitate implementation of climate change adaptation and vulnerability reduction measures, improvement of water supply and demand management, along with surface and groundwater quality, and equitable access of women and men to sustainable water supply. It is also relevant to improve the knowledge and capacity of the water sector in employing integrated water resource management and climate adaptation planning to ensure continued access to water in the future despite the crisis brought by climate change. With the pandemic and scientific projections on the scenarios of the planet's heating, there is an added challenge for those more than 3 million Filipinos who rely on unsafe and unsustainable water sources, and the 7 million who lack access to improved sanitation. Now, more than ever, action in this sector is crucial, and every one of us has a role to play. And that's the wrap for this episode of Climate in 2 minutes. See you in the next episode.